street go. Mayegun don't come. This one not day off in mind. Mayegun don't come. Person where they do evil, no one make person talk. Them say that Mayegun, that man too they talk. He too they talk. Say Mayegun diary, he dey hot like pepper. But every day, then they take money in bulk. Woman picking, they the street they hawk. Still them talk say, make we no talk. But thank God say, Mayegun don't come. So my people make you laugh. Oh yo yo, Mayegun don't come. Oh yo yo, my people make you shout. Oh yo yo, Mayegun don't come. Oh yo yo, Mayegun the command of the masses. Mayegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Mayegun diary, Mayegun number one.
Hello there.
Mayegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Mayegun diary, Mayegun number one. Mayegun ti dé o, ọ̀rẹ́ ará ìlú. Mayegun diary, Mayegun number one.
Good morning to you, good afternoon to you, and good evening to you from wherever you are watching from. And this is Mayegun Live. Hello everybody who is joining us tonight. I'm going to be welcoming you into this melodrama session about somebody who was nobody and is ready to brag. In fact, he is bragging of how much what money can do in your 2023. Yeah.
Ani Suraki. Mayegun ti dé. Mayegun ti dé. Ọ̀jẹ̀lú Suraki. Mayegun ti dé. Ani Suraki. Mayegun ti dé. Lórí Facebook. Mayegun ti dé. Ani Suraki.
There is a man called Hadi Sirika. Hadi Sirika, like many others, who became ministers in Nigeria due to the quota system, or should you call it the Fulanization agenda of the likes of Buhari and gang. Hadi Sirika became the minister, and he came to limelight in 2018. Hadi Sirika, Minister of Aviation or for Aviation in Nigeria, right? One of the members of Buhari's CPC, among their legacy parties that formed APC. Egbe. Sirika just suddenly, he became prominent. Who is this guy? Who is this guy? They are bringing back Nigeria here. How could Nigeria, a country, the biggest black nation on earth, how could they not even smaller countries have their own airlines, national carrier, right? And when they made the announcement, it's coming back. It was just a year to 2019 charade. So this guy took this scam to the next level. And I remember then, I said, all of these are not making any sense. Mayegun, just try and wish Nigeria well. It's not everything that you criticize. And not everything. Let us give them all your approach. I said, these guys are lying to you. This is just an attempt, number one, to make you think they actually want to do something. Then number two, an opportunity for them to loot you blind, even when you can see the scam bare face. When you ask questions, these unbood slaves, obedient fools, and sophisticated morons, they will quickly go into a serious rage. Why can't you just wish your country? I said, these guys are scammers. If you are planning to start a national career, you must be able to show proof that indeed you have the capacity, or in fact, you have or you are making an effort that indeed you want to start something. But in this case, it was just like a social media stuff. So then the guy popped up in the UK where they were doing, what is it called? They were doing a hair show. And he just brought this brand that they spent over $400,000 to design. Let me show you the design. He brought this design to hair show in the UK. He said, bringing Nigeria closer to the world. Guess what? This design and everything that went into it cost Nigeria over 14 billion. First time, second time, third time. At a point, for the Buhari Diderins, who wanted to keep faith, let us keep faith. Guess what? They were waiting for the landing of Nigeria here, because they want to keep faith. At some point, some of them probably were dreaming that the airline is on its way, right? And to some point, in that same trance world, some went this far. Guess what? It all came back to like, mostly they just froze at a point and nobody heard anything about them again. 14.6 billion gone. Guess what? The guy was building himself a palatial, like emir-like palace. You know, the way they build their emir's palace in northern Nigeria. He was making himself feel better, just like everyone else. And just yesterday, when he was addressing the supposed APC, Egbekegbe's members in Katsina, he is from Buhari state, the state ravaged by different kind of terrorists with different successful track records, and no single person has been brought to book. But guess what? They've got so much money. If there is something that those who sold you Buhari and change and every other lies you bought into that brought you to this state, right? If there is something that Buhari did very successfully well, is that he made many of them to become somebody through the easy access to the public fund, the likes of Sirika. And it's all about, it's about the power. It's not really about the responsibility that comes with that power. Now, he has a lot of money, right? A lot of it. So much money. God knows how much now. Yeah? In billions. And he was able to tell some of his listeners, like, listen, we have everything that we can use to continue to rule Nigeria. No matter how anybody feels, no matter what anybody says. So, in retrospect, he's telling them that we control everything that could be a problem. And if money is the issue, we have a lot of it. So much money right now that none of you should worry. Good enough, somebody interpreted this a short clip, a part of his conversation.
Right. Ko ya tayi ya kada Hadi Sirika, ko ya ka horo ya kada Aminu Bello Musagi. Bai yiwa. Kuma wallahi in yana yiwa bismillah, ai ran da zaɓin na zuwa. Saboda haka za mu tara kuɗi, za mu tara kayan masarufi, ko muna da su. Kuɗi ba? Wallahi muna da su. Wallahi al'adun muna da kuɗi. Muna da kayan aiki kuɗi, wallahi kuma na faɗi, wallahi muna da su.
They've got so much money now. I'm talking about, where did you think all your stolen oil money, all your stolen budget money, all your stolen borrowed money, all of the stolen printed money. Where do you think they all ended? Where do you think they are? In whose private, covers and then saves? Do you think they are? This particular guy pulled a stunt that cost Nigeria over 20 billion naira. So why do you think it's going to be worried if it's about money? I'm going to show you a clip now. You see this clip, but before we come back to this, this clip will show you the state of many of them that have become multi-billionaire today, while the rest of, even the people they claim to be speaking or defending or fighting for or representing the northern Nigeria and the rest of Nigeria became poorer and poorer. And the trajectory is that it is going to continue that way. Guess what? 7 years ago or 8 years ago, these guys are nobodies. They milked you, brainwashed you, or probably you set yourselves up for them. And everything that they stood against 7, 8 years ago is what they have actually not only surpassed, right? They have double, quadrupled many of them. And they have dared you many times. I mean, they say if you live long enough, your heroes can turn to villains somehow. And that's exactly what you are witnessing today. These are a bunch of opportunists. They have taken advantage of you, and guess what? It be like what Yoruba call OJ. When you tie OJ to the end of Olosha, they will say it remain the father of the person will go remove him. They have the money. They are confident. I'm going to come back onto that because you need to see the connection at some point. But 4 years ago, these were your change agents. Look at them. Look at their appearances and check yourselves today. What happened? They switched position. They were like ragtag street hustlers who posted as those who wanted to save Nigeria and save you. You bought it. Today, like somebody told me, said, Mayegun, in 2014, 2015, Buhari and many of these criminals have no job. They had no jobs. Yeah? And many Nigerians, they have jobs. Today, Buhari and this gang, they have jobs. And millions of Nigerians are now jobless and poor. But look at them, 4 years ago.
This is their record.
7 years ago. Please listen attentively to what he's saying. Then take a very slower look at the faces that the camera is going to show you. The quality is poor, but pay attention. You probably have seen this a million times. But for this conversation, pay attention for the next few minutes. El Rufaya of Kaduna talking about Nigeria 7 years ago. And today, they have the power, they have the money, and they are daring you to stop them.
This is their record. The exchange rate has moved from 120 to the dollar to 240 to the dollar. That is Jonathan's record. Jobs have been destroyed. Livelihoods have been destroyed. Over 1 million people have been displaced because of incompetent and corrupt security mismanagement. Meanwhile, during this period, oil prices have been at their all-time high. Trillions have been budgeted for security, but the only thing you see are mansions in Abuja owned by ministers of defense and generals. We know these houses, we know the owners. This is the record of the Jonathan administration in the last 6 years. That's why they don't want to talk about it. So what do they talk about? They move from church to church preaching religious division. They move from town to town preaching ethnic division. They have no record to run on. They take photographs of private estates and claim that the government built the estates. They take photographs of railway bullet trains from Port Harcourt and claim that it's federal government train system. They lie for a living. not believe anything they say. Even when they say good morning, check, it is probably evening. So do not be deceived. I am here before you as a father of young people like you, because I have many children. We don't count our children. We count blessings. That I care about your future. We all care about your future because we have children too. And we want you to stand up and vote for change. On that day, you get your BBCs. Don't be intimidated by anyone in uniform. Remember, a few weeks ago, we needed to get the help of Chad and Niger to chase Boko Haram. So don't let them scare you. They should not scare you. Go out with your permanent voter's card and vote for the party and the candidates that will secure your future. That party is the APC. That party is the APC. Those candidates are the candidates of the APC that emerged through transparent primaries, not criminal imposition. The APC is different. We are different. We represent integrity. General Buhari represents that. We represent performance. Fashola there embodies performance. We represent courage and standing for what is right. Governor Amechi represents that. We represent honor. Governor Fahimi is the only politician in Nigeria's history that congratulated his opponent, even when he knew he was rigged. That is the APC. Compare us with the other criminal enterprise. Thank you very much.
That was 7 years ago. So now you could probably place them side by side now. So who is Hadi Sirika? And in his words, how did they pull off? And then it became, did you see me in that video? Did you see Layamo laughing like, oh, sure, mommy, Erufai, yeah, tell them, we'll go show them later, oh yeah. They give them the lamba, and he was there too. You know what I mean? Did you see Sirika there? With his best, that, you know, most of them then, they were wearing their best cloth. Because most of them are in the political association of Buhari because they believed he will uphold their fake, bogus, religious, you know what have you. Like that Gudaji said, once you go to Buhari and you say, Allah, I use Allah to Allah see me, Buhari will trust you. So the likes of Sirika and the rest of them, they are the caucus that came with Buhari from CPC. So automatically when they were sharing the position in their campaign, Sirika was there. Everybody, hustlers, some of them recharge car seller, some of them wheelbarrow, onion seller. We get names, so I'm not joking, a real life story. But Buhari changed their lives. They became certain billionaires, multi-billionaires. But how did he pull it off? In his words, when he was carrying many of you handicap, this Mayegun, he never see anything better about Nigeria. He never want to say anything good. I said, you don't understand it, ni. Said, when you pay attention very well, when they pretend that they want to do something good for you, if you see any good, if they do any good, number one, na mistake. Then if you pay attention very well, you realize that, with what they have shown to you and what is behind, a jail, you will stone them. Then you realize that they don't really care about what you care about. You know that if they do the right thing, it's not hidden. You can't keep it away. You can't hide anything like that, right? You wanted to start airline for Nigeria. There is nothing like the office, any office to contact anyone. There is no recruitment or training going for those who are going to, you know what I mean? There are actually no marketing in Nigeria itself to say, oh, we are recruiting for this, or we are doing something about this, or you know what I mean? Or we are even looking for investors to come and partner. Nothing. Just from the blues. After drinking kai, and then maybe showing it to Buhari, Allah, inshallah. The plane will fly here, will come with Nigeria, say, okay, yeah, do it. 14.something billion naira. This is how the guy started the pull off. Back in 2018, Hadi Sirika, who became minister after the whole scam was successful in 2015. Now, where you push us reach with this, so I'm still coming back on that. Who is Hadi Sirika? Look at him.
The very quick, maybe perhaps structure of the proposed airline, government will be owning not.
Meanwhile, just for clarity, okay, this one is the video of the fifth. You understand that? The fifth scam. I'll tell you something before you watch that video again. In 2018, it went to London. Let's take it step by step, in case for those who are just joining us, okay? The billionaire, the rich man, that is now saying, although they have everything, but if it comes to money, they have the money in abundance. We'll begin to pick that, okay? In 2018, just few months before the 2019 elections, after Buhari sojourn to the medical medical tourism to here to the UK, right? What could they do to just put some level of hysteric and all of that in the people? Let's tell them that we are bringing in, and what we are bringing in Nigeria here, we are going to get up to 100 aircrafts. In fact, we have ordered for them. Buhari has paid for them. They are going to be delivered by December. Listen to this, oh. They told people that they were going to deliver Nigeria here and the aircraft by December 2018. Latest, by February, before the election, Buhari will launch them. But there was nothing actually in Nigeria. This news just popped up, and their paid social media bandits, they started amplifying it. Let me show you the throwback. First, they gave the design of this logo to a company outside Nigeria, and they said it cost them $430,000 to design this logo for Nigeria. Okay, Nigeria here. Now, after that, they started photoshopping the image onto, social media or online photographs of aircrafts to show people that, in fact, some said, I saw it yesterday. I am so happy. This is the change I voted for. So many things at the time. Some said, well, what happened is that they are not this one, they are not that one. Anyway, it got to a point that when they realized that it was all scam, but they couldn't come out to say it. So they started blaming people, like somebody like me. They said, Shebi, all of you never wanted Nigeria to work before. I said, why are you blaming me? I told you this whole thing was a lie, a scam, and they pull it off, and you bring it to life. That's what you did. You brought it to life. Now, only in Nigeria, they will see something as a fraud, something shady. Share you get. For example, just let's say my Yegun come out now and I post a picture of me standing next to a private jet. And I say, oh, Hawaii, beautiful Hawaii today. Many people will start congratulating me. Say, wow, my Yegun, congratulations. Now, if some people now say, but this is a Photoshop now. I mean, we are not saying that my Yegun cannot enter private jet, but we are just saying that, hello, this one a Photoshop now. I think I have seen this photo before. Nigerians are ready to come there because they love that my Yegun. I'm just using myself as an example now. They will say, even if it is not real, I am still going to say congratulations to him because it is what you claim in spirit that will come to life. You understand that? That's Nigeria. They saw evil. They saw crocodile-infested water. They still took dive. Then they are now wishing and say, well, even if it's dangerous, let us just think it's not that dangerous. And you will see that it won't be that dangerous. God will just see us through. That's Nigerian, typical Nigerians. So when they realize that they have been scammed by their own fraudulent criminals, they will just find something to console themselves. There were those who were like everywhere. I still believe, all of you who don't want Nigeria to be great, I am waiting for the plane at the airport. They were there. Waiting for the Nigeria here to just come and carry them, they go. I mean, this period, I'm talking about, this were crazy time. They were crazy times. The educated people were pushing different theories to defend fraud, lie, something that doesn't exist. They know. So they are telling people to use faith. So people started using faith. Some, they fly in their dream. They say, oh, I had a dream yesterday. What was the dream? I had a dream that I was flying Nigeria here. But when you look at it very well, now APC, broom, they under. When you join APC, you have to forget your senses. And by the time you join the asylum committee, the lunatic box, you will begin to go into trances. You will begin to see vision. Most of these are caused by the economic downturn, joblessness, laziness, and most of the time, depression caused by poverty, APC. So they started using faith. I am using my faith. I am attaching my faith to this picture. Enemy of Nigeria that doesn't want here Nigeria to come. Heavenly Father, I am attaching my faith to this photo for Nigeria to be great again. I mean, it was mad time. Some said they flew the plane. I dreamt yesterday that I flew Nigeria here from Calabar to China. Now, waiting that they CBD, so until they stopped talking about it. I don't know, maybe they froze to. It was just like everything just died. You see these ones, These ones that were waiting here, we believe that they froze to death in their imagination. The imagination, the dream, the everything, the prayer, everything froze. We no hear them again until Hadi Sirika surfaced again to say, if na money ego costs, money day, power day, police day, army day, everybody day, and it is all about to rob you, man. Just to rob you. If Nigeria, if they do the right thing, let me tell you something, right? If they fix your electricity, which would automatically help to boost your own economy, people will create their own job. When people begin to become productive, that government begin to take from them, and begin to deliver in all these places. Now people go enjoy them. There is nothing like they are doing you a favor. They are doing you no favor. In fact, they are robbing you blind, robbing you so blind, and you are cheering them on. Now they are asking you, "Shena money go shop? We go show you." Unfortunately, the new naira way, they are changing the naira. Okay, they all have the money now. 14.6 billion, my brothers. So on the 5th time, Hadi Sirika selling his bobo in 2022. Election is also next year, Abi. They need to tell you that they are working on it. So they threw the bobo earlier this year, where Hadi Sirika said they are now partnering with some people. This is the bobo, and this is the update. All to get some extra cash. I believe he got the money that I can brag about today. Listen to him. April this year, I believe.
The very quick, maybe perhaps structure of the proposed airline, government will be owning not more than 5%. Not more than 5%, below 5%. So 5% is the maximum equity the government will take. Then 46% will be owned by Nigerian entrepreneurs, 46%. So if you add that, it's 51%. So 51% majority shareholding by Nigerians. And then 49% will be held by strategic equity partner or partners that will be sourced during the procurement phase, which is the next phase. This airline, if started and within the first few years, will generate about 70,000 jobs. These 70,000 jobs, they are higher than the total number of civil servants that we have in the country. The name of the airline is Air Nigeria, of course. Nigeria, sorry, because I beg your pardon, please. Nigeria Air, which, of course, if you remember back in time, this was subject to national debate, and 400,000 people participated to choose the name, the color, the logo, everything. And it was produced that time. And it was launched also in Farnborough as far back as 2018. So the business case is a public document. It will be on our website. You can download it and we can give you copies. And this airline would pick up and start, by God's grace, on or before April 2022. Thank you very much.
You hear him?
We work with you to build a Nigeria that is not corrupt. I bring you a message of hope.
We are going to spend a lot of resources on education.
So this is December 2022. 14.6 billion naira gone. Not a single office is known to be the Nigeria Air office in any part of Nigeria. Not a single person is a staff of Nigeria Air right now. But April 2022, plane, they no see. Pilots, they no see. Now logo, they are giving them the dream of one Nigeria. So Hadi Sirika has a lot of money. So are many of them. You know what they did with NNPC, Abi? They told you subsidies is scam. And you believed them. They will build you one refinery every year. You believed them. Oh, what else again did they promise you? But even these two with the NNPC, oh, they were going to stop the stealing of Nigeria crude oil. And they were going to make your petrol 14 naira to 1 liter. All of this was supposed to be done when they curb stealing and corruption. But what did they do? When they came, they halved Nigeria oil output. When Nigeria take half, those who are stealing Nigerian crude oil, they will take half. And they did this for 7 years until a few months ago when they said, oh, we want to turn NNPC to something that is now profitable. What did they do? They said they are now making it a private company. What did they do with that? So they changed the name. They put some people, their friends here and there. So they created stock. And they said, oh, this one is on behalf of Nigeria. The rest is now owned by these people. All bunch of criminals who are just, gosh, refinery, you know, see, a liter of petroleum today, you know what it is. But these scammers have a lot of money. Billions, and if not trillions of your money that they have already stockpiled for a period like this. Because they have a lot to lose. And they cut across all parts. Kazim, Olamide, thank you for your super sticker. I was expecting a chat with that so that I could read something. So when you put up a sticker like that, endeavor to add some message to it. I think that's the purpose as well, you know, to single out your comments, to be read out, even though many people in the comment section could read it. I mean, so you know what I mean? Well, thank you anyway for that. So talking about the chances We are talking about the role of the criminals in Abuja that have now plunged Nigeria into the serious indebtedness. You know, when they talk about Nigeria's indebtedness, and you see that it is accumulation of the greedy, selfish criminals who are representing every part of Nigeria on the table where everything are, oh yeah, kill and share, kill and share. They don't give a damn about anybody's future. When they tell you they are planning something for your future and you believe them, like APC, Egbe, and as they are still doing, you are gambling with your life. And yeah, I don't even want to say your future because now person where they are alive, they see future. You are gambling with your lives. Listen to this. Oh. Just a few weeks ago, the people of Osun State people, they got a new governor. Governor Hadi Jackson, the former dancing senator, who is now the dancing governor. As people who love him will say, happiness is free. If you elect a clown, then you must always expect a circus. Now, we are not going to talk about his circus tonight. We're going to talk about something that I believe, as it has been, so it is, and so shall it be. How this is so much direct impact, that has direct impact on the lives of the people that I can call my people. The people of Osun State. The future, that future, Odidogun, Edirao. So we won't talk about Hadi Jackson's dancing steps and all of that. We will talk about how and what his own office, an office of the Auditor General, Accountant General of Osun State, that they made public. So let me tell you the story from the beginning. 12 years ago, the people of Osun, they trooped out from all the places. What happened? Aregbesola Baba Kabiru has defeated Olagunsoye, Oyinlola, the Obinde historian. The mighty biggest PDP don't fall. For where? For court. Who did that? Adefarati. Wow. They were so happy that, maybe it's somebody that actually represents, according to the Bobo, they sold the people they know, that represent the true value of Omoluabi Yoruba. And Osun State, being the state that is housing and then, owns Ile-Ife, that make it more significant. Aregbesola Baba Kabiru was a darling. You know what they would say? A darling. But it didn't last long before the madness started. Oyinlola that was so garrulous. The Obinde historian. Let me tell you that quickly, so that just to add the interesting part, an interesting part to this conversation, right? Oyinlola was so powerful, that one day, the likes of Omishore, the likes of like Tifnumbu will put the whole team together and give them money from Lagos. Go to Osun. We need to hijack Osun. It's a political war, by the way, so not be say anybody is so fear here. So Oyinlola was living large, right? So one day he was now telling the people about the story of Obinde. Obinde was a woman, right? But her story was very, very kind of heartbreaking. This is what happened though. Obinde's husband decided to marry another wife. But Obinde's husband had no money. What did he do? He decided to use Obinde, his wife, as a collateral from the people who lent, the loan sharks. So he took his wife to the loan sharks and said, I need so amount of money to marry another wife. Right? So as the people are joyous, they are joyous for Obinde's husband for marrying another wife. Obinde was being held by the loan shark. Now here is the story. He was saying somehow in today's what happened there, the people of Osun, they kind of wanted a new wife. Like they wanted a new life. So they decided to sacrifice what they have for that new life. But at the end of the day, well, the story didn't take long before it manifested. So what happened? Aregbesola Baba Kabiru became the governor. And there started the scams upon scams. Ono baba ono. Ile baba ile. Hospital baba hospital. This one baba, that one. In all of this, at the time, like say Nigeria inflation and economy, will still be a little bit not this bad though. Aregbesola Baba Kabiru changed the name of the state from Osun State to State of Osun when he started carrying them this. And he said, to make it very, very this and that, his own education reform, now to change, make everybody they wear the same uniform. He just started doing all the madness, crazy and all of that. As he was doing all the wonders and performing all the cycles, he was leading Osun people into serious indebtedness. Are you following me? So, fast forward to 8 years. After that, the person that helped him and part and parcel of that 8 years, Oyetola, Benga Oyetola. Benga Oyetola being part of the team, and at the same time being homeboy, a cousin to Tinubu. He was most favored. Is don't endorse him. Is going to succeed you. So every other thing, we'll just move on from there. Like Lagos, continuity. But guess what happened? Immediately they got Oyetola in. You know what happened? Oyetola changed to Oletola. In all of this, the guy will just be like this. You won't see it on his face. This one look like person who will go steal money. The bureau long. Yeah, why don't you all just fear God? He's a very, very, he's been paying back the loans. All of the loans of Aregbesola, he's been paying back. In fact, he's okay, anyway, before Oletola came in, Aregbesola Baba Kabiru finally won a medal for the people of Osun. Osun State became the first, and so far so good, the only state in Nigeria history that declared bankruptcy. Why? They became so broke. They became so broke that, all of you that are, some of you in Nigeria today, to survive the hardship in Nigeria, you are taking terrible, terrible loans from different loan sharks, different apps. Many of you have borrowed money from different apps. You are running away from everywhere. They are calling your friends, calling your family members, all that stuff. That's exactly what Aregbesola did to the people of Osun for 8 years, right? It got to a stage, every monthly allocation that comes from Abuja just goes straight into paying for the debt of Osun people. they got to a stage that Osun people, they collect, when other states are collecting billions as their allocation, local government and state, Osun state people will be collecting 5,000 naira. Imagine a whole state of millions of people collecting 5,000 naira, 55,000 naira as allocation from Abuja, because every money goes into paying for their debt. That's the legacy of Aregbe. So when Buhari bandwagon came up, it was easier for them, like it was an escape route somehow. Number one, people still felt like maybe he made some mistake. He's still better, because everywhere he went, if you see if he meets the ulama, like Tifnubu called them, he will quickly start singing for them. Soli, 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 lolua, soli. You know, the people that are facing hardship, the people that he is leading into further poverty. He knows it. But they are Muslims, Abi. He will go, when he meets them, he will start singing. Yombo luwa soni yombo anobi salala wale wa salam. They will forget about what he's doing to them. Then after that, he will start telling them about God. You remember when the people of Judah, when the people of Medina, when the people of this or that, when they were facing this or that, Allah sent, you know that nonsense. He will just feed them with that nonsense. They will just start praying, God help him. They just know that he has a clean heart. When he meets the Ogbonis, when they say, you know what I mean? He meets them, he blended with them so well. He was robbing them, and he was blaming other people for them. Some of the ideas of how they robbed people in Osun, many of those ideas, they have infused them into Buhari's government. So, luckily, Buhari just became the president of Nigeria. Oyetola, Tifnubu's cousin, became the governor. So they could cover up all of this. So Buhari made Aregbe Mugbo the minister of national holiday in Nigeria and the national presence in Nigeria. That's his position. That's his portfolio. When they won't tell you, say, he get one position, minister, they will tell you, say, it's the minister of internal affairs. Which internal affair? Is the minister of prison and imprisonment, as well as the minister of national holiday in Nigeria. Aregbe Mugbo Baba Kabiru. But it didn't take long before Aregbe Mugbo was like, Oyetola to buru, this one kala. Guess what? Oyetola didn't know that maybe it was